Airport security is rapidly changing, and the U.S. Transportation Security Administration is bringing in stricter regulations to adapt to new global threats and speed up passenger processing. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 new TSA security rules you need to know before flying in 2025. Or you might end up facing long delays, extra screenings, or even be denied boarding. Whether you're a US or international traveler, I'll break down exactly what's changing. From revolutionary 3D baggage scanners and full-body imaging to digital IDs and new carry-on item restrictions that could catch you off guard at the airport. And stick around to the end because I also want to share a cool new travel hack I learned just the other day that'll make your airport experience smoother than ever. So let's dive in with one of the biggest changes to airport carry-on baggage security check. Computed tomography (CT) scanners. Forget the frantic pre-security ritual of emptying your bags and pockets. The rollout of advanced CT scanners is poised to dramatically simplify your airport experience. These sophisticated machines generate incredibly detailed, rotatable 3D images of your carry-on contents, dramatically improving the detection of potential threats. TSA has already deployed these at over 200 airports across the US with an ambitious goal of reaching 2,000 by 2025. The biggest win here for most travelers is you can now leave your laptop and liquids safely inside your bag. Imagine simply placing your luggage on the belt and walking through. No more wrestling with electronics or those tiny liquid containers. Airports in the US, Canada, Europe, Australia, and Japan are rolling out the technology. But the reality in 2025 is that while some airports will no longer require liquids to be removed from your carry-on, or maybe in future even remove the 100 milliliter limit altogether, others will still enforce it depending on what kind of scanners they have and individual airport policies. This inconsistency will cause confusion, so always verify the specific policies of the airports in your itinerary before you travel to avoid any unexpected confiscation. But while your luggage is getting a high-tech makeover, the changes don't stop there. Full-body scanners are now a standard security feature in airports worldwide, from the US to Europe, Canada, and Japan. These next-generation scanners use millimeter wave technology for faster and more precise detection of prohibited items. And while this might feel a bit creepy, it means there's far less need to remove personal items like shoes, jackets, and belts, or the need for physical pat-downs. But a significant shift in the US for 2025 is the severely limited ability to opt out. While previously, travelers could request a manual pat-down, TSA is tightening security, making this option primarily available only for individuals with pre-approved medical conditions or religious accommodations. While Europe, Canada, and Japan might still offer slightly more flexibility regarding opt-outs, it's crucial to understand that security protocols are constantly evolving globally. Always verify the specific guidelines of the airports and countries you're traveling through. If you have concerns about using these scanners, you'll need to be prepared for a potentially longer security screening process. From scanning your entire body to verifying your identity with just a glance, the technological advancements in airport security are accelerating. Say goodbye to rummaging for your physical ID. Digital IDs are being rolled out across US airports, allowing you to securely store a digital version of your driver's license or passport in apps like Apple Wallet and Google Wallet. Simply present your phone at the TSA checkpoint, tap or scan it at the reader, confirm your identity with your phone security, and agree to share your details. It's that quick. TSA says this is a more secure and efficient way to verify who you are. To use this feature, ensure your phone runs the latest iOS or Android version and has Bluetooth enabled. Of course, your physical ID must still be valid for travel. Super important though, even if you're using a digital ID, you must still carry your physical ID with you, as TSA agents may request to see it. While using a digital ID is currently optional, it offers a glimpse into a potentially more streamlined future for airport security. Would you embrace using a digital ID on your next flight? Let me know in the comments. So while digital ID is about storing your travel documents on your phone, this next technology takes things a step further. Airports across the world are rapidly expanding the use of facial recognition to instantly match your face to your ID or passport. Instead of showing your ID to an agent, a quick face scan automatically matches you to your travel documents. It's already in use at over 200 US airports and means travelers don't even need to take out their physical ID or tickets. Your face is literally your passport. And just like digital IDs, Using this is currently optional for US travelers. Europe's also introducing something similar, so say goodbye to those nostalgic passport stamps and hello to high-tech border control. Europe's new entry-exit system, or EES, is launching by the end of 2025 and is going to completely change how international travelers enter Europe. This means that instead of a border officer flipping through your passport, biometric scanners will track your entry and exit automatically using facial recognition and fingerprint scans that will eventually replace traditional passport checks. If you're finding this video useful so far, don't forget to like and subscribe so it gets shared with more travelers like you. And remember to stick around till the end for that cool new travel hack I promised too. Now let's talk about another important change coming up this year that will affect every single US traveler. In 2025, the TSA is enforcing the final phase of the Real ID Act for US travelers, which means that unless you've upgraded your driver's license, you'll no longer be able to use it to board domestic flights. If your state-issued ID isn't Real ID compliant, you'll have to use another form of approved identification like a passport or military ID to get through security. After multiple delays, the TSA has said the Real ID requirements for all Americans kick in on May 7, 2025. And if your driver's license doesn't have that telltale gold or black star in the upper right corner, it won't be accepted for domestic flights. So if you're planning to fly in 2025 and haven't upgraded your ID yet, don't get caught off guard, because the last thing you want is to be turned away by the TSA because of a simple ID issue. And remember as well, a real ID is not a passport. So you'll still need a valid passport if you're taking an international flight. With your real ID in hand, you're one step closer to your destination. But before you settle into your seat, there's another important aspect of your carry-on items to consider. In 2025, the TSA and also some airlines are cracking down on electronic devices. If your laptop or phone is completely dead at security, you might be forced to leave it behind due to increased concerns about fake electronic devices that could be hiding explosives. TSA officers can ask you to power on your devices during screening, and if it doesn't turn on, it could be flagged as a security risk. So make sure all your devices are fully charged before arriving at the airport. And there's another good reason for this too, because some airports and airlines are cracking down on portable power banks in 2025. Airline rules don't allow power banks or lithium batteries in checked baggage, so they must go in your carry-on. And power banks over 100 watt-hours are already restricted. But some airlines now require passengers to keep power banks in their personal underseat carry-on item due to concerns about overheating if they're stored in overhead bins. And others are banning their use in flight altogether. So check with your airline before your flight if you plan to travel with these items. Now we've all been stuck at the security line, watching the person in front of you meticulously unpack every single item, holding everyone up. Well, say goodbye to those stressful airport security lines with new automated screening lanes, or ASL. You might have already noticed these rolling out in airports across America and Europe, and I've got to say, I love them. Imagine having your own dedicated station where you can load your bins at your own pace without feeling rushed or having to wait for the person in front of you to finally get done. These lanes are already active in hubs from New York to Los Angeles and beyond, and allow multiple travelers to prepare themselves for their security checks simultaneously. And according to the TSA, this can process passengers up to 40% faster. Keep an eye out for these efficient lanes during your travels in 2025. They're designed to make your journey through security faster, more organized, and ultimately less stressful. Interested in watching more videos like this, and this? Then why not subscribe and leave me a comment about your dream travel destinations? Self-service screening aims for efficiency, but if you think TSA pre-check or global entry means you'll always breeze through security in 2025, think again. While these trusted traveler programs still offer significant benefits, TSA is increasingly implementing random secondary screenings. Due to heightened security concerns, even passengers with pre-check or global entry can be pulled aside for additional checks. This could involve anything from a quick hand swab for explosives to a thorough pat-down or a detailed search of your bags. Don't be surprised if you see SSSS on your boarding pass. This indicates you've been selected for secondary screening. So even with trusted traveler status, it's wise to arrive at the airport with ample time, as these random checks can add an unexpected 10 to 15 minutes to your screening process. Now, this last one actually has nothing to do with airport security, but it's such a game-changing travel hack that I'm now using every single time I fly. I just had to share it. Simply text yourself the airline code and flight number from your ticket or confirmation. Most smartphones will instantly recognize this and turn it into a clickable link. Tap it and you'll likely see an option like Preview Flight. Select this and boom! Real-time updates on your flight status will appear, including whether it's on time, the gate number, estimated arrival, flight duration, and even the baggage collection carousel. You can also share this simple trick with anyone picking you up so they can track your flight's progress live. It's the easiest way to stay informed and stress-free on travel day. How cool is that? But if you're traveling from the United States to Europe, knowing about all these TSA updates is going to be useless unless you also know about these 7 important new European entry changes. So you're going to want to check out this video here next. With that said, don't forget to subscribe and drop me a comment about your TSA airport experiences. And I'll see you next time.